Let's head on over to the headliner of this card, Blake. Between Chan Sung Jun, the Korean Zombie, and Dan Ige. This was a highly anticipated fight, and it did not fail to live up to expectations. This is a really, really solid fight. Not in terms of what we were thinking, though. Both you and I thought that Dan Ige was going to be able to get it done, but Chan Sung Jung, man, this guy looked vintage Korean Zombie in this one. I mean, after like the first 2 minutes of the fight, I already forgot about his fight against Brian Ortega. But with that one though, so with this performance, almost a lights out showing, whether it be on the ground, dominated Danny again on the ground, got the best of him more often than not on the feet. At least through 2 or 3 of the rounds, the Korean Zombie was looking better there too. So, with how bad, like quite frankly, the Korean Zombie, he looked bad against Brian Ortega a number of months ago. So
Did he look bad though, or did Ortega just do that well?
that's what I was going to ask. Which one do you think it is? Did Zombie have a bad night, or is Ortega just that damn good?
I hate to say someone had a bad night. I
Uh-huh.
don't know what's going on. We're not in their bodies, we're not in their minds. We don't
Or a
know
bad night as in, was he bad that fight? Or
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. There's no way I could speak to that.
Okay.
But I mean, judging from the rest of his fights and how those all went, that was easily probably his worst night at the office.
Yes.
I mean,
At least
even
in
including the
years.
Yair Rodriguez finish, because he was winning that whole fight. It wasn't like he was getting dominated like he
No.
was in the Brian Ortega fight.
Brian Ortega's that good, I guess.
So Brian Ortega, man, he's special to me. Not in a homosexual way, no offense. But
Jeez.
I have nothing against that. Just saying.
Hey,
Go
Brian
Raiders!
Ortega
First
is
actively
a
gay man
handsome
in NFL. Let's go.
It's right. Hey, but Brian Ortega, that's a handsome man. You know, if he said,
He
"Hey,
is.
hey,
He's a
boss,
good-looking
let's
guy.
go get dinner," I'm like,
Except for the bald. I didn't like the bald look. I didn't like that very
hey,
much.
even the shoot, I even think he pulled off the bald look.
Nah, he needs that hair, bro. He needs that hair for sure. But back to the question. Korean Zombie, I think, yes, that might have been his most difficult night at the office, so to say. I don't think it was completely his fault. That might have been a tricky fight for him too, because remember that was a very emotional buildup, and it was also very long. Like there was,
Well, he
I
got
think,
translator slapped, man. The hype man got slapped.
it was one of his homies. I don't know if it was his manager, but it was one of his dudes on his team. It's a K-pop star, so he has a very fragile ego. Probably
Right.
was crying.
Oh, Blake, you're going to get destroyed by all those really crazy, awful K-pop fans.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take him on.
Yeah.
But that could have played a factor as well too, because in this matchup where there wasn't any animosity, there wasn't any emotions, Korean Zombie looked locked in, dialed in. I mean, dude was sticking to the game plan. So yeah, I think that's what Zombie has to do, is just stick to his game plan and not go out there and fight people like he did Ortega, because I mean, he was kind of, what was weird is he was kind of getting exploited with those spinning shots. I didn't see Ige hit any spinning shots. And that was like the first time in a couple fights where I haven't seen the Korean Zombie get hit with some crazy
you want
stuff
to see
like
some
that.
crazy, or what's it called, some crazy spinny shit?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Zombie made all the right adjustments in this fight camp.
Yes.
I think he was focused. He had the perfect game plan, and he executed it perfectly as well.
But
So,
Brian
I mean,
Ortega, man, that's a bad man. I guess not only is he undefeated and tough right now after 3 episodes, he's 3-0. And so what size?
I thought they were setting Team Ortega up to lose this week. I thought they were
Right?
going to make Trayshawn Gore look like some over emotional, just like, I don't know, man.
No,
and
but
I was
Trayshawn Gore
completely
said-
proven wrong.
But his dream about his grandma, I was like, oh. As soon as
Yeah.
I saw that episode, I mean, working on a little bit tangent here. Let's talk some tough real quick. I was like, oh, this man's winning. Also, would like to point out that after the first episode, my prediction for who's going to win was Trayshawn Gore. So he's on his way right now. I'm feeling good with that.
That whole episode 3, I was thinking the whole time, either this guy is going to look like the biggest douchebag for losing and crying and like all that stuff, and just like continuously getting in that guy's face, like how how awkward was that to watch last week, bro?
It was
He just
the
keeps going up to
stare
him.
down was kind of funny.
I was like, dude, why don't you just leave him alone, bro? Leave poor Ryder alone. My God, just let him
Hey,
eat
what did
food.
Ryder do to you? I thought you guys were bros, but no,
Right? Like, man,
it was a good episode though,
it was
and I've been
great.
seeing some people were feeling like, I mean, our friends over the Slip the Jab podcast, they've been kind of being some downers on the season. I don't understand. I've been entertained by the season. I guess some of the criticism, like there's not like that drama or that big
Right.
drive, but
Like the Spike TV days.
I think I might like it more
I think
without
the
the
thing
drama.
is too, bro, is everyone grew up watching this show. Like
Mm-hmm.
every contestant for the most, I mean, I would be shocked if there was a contestant on this show, unless maybe they came from, like the other side of the world,
Hey,
that
like our
hadn't grown
boy
up
Ludwig
watching it.
Shalini, and shout out to him because he found us on Instagram and Twitter, and that guy needs some more followers. So go
Yeah, I have
follow
more
that man.
followers than him. That's unacceptable. Um,
Especially
but
Blake. Who wants to
but
follow Blake?
I think all these guys have grown up watching this show, and so
Mm-hmm.
they've seen all the crazy asses, all the guys that have won, the guys that have burnt out,
Mm-hmm.
and they understand they're here for a reason. They're here for a contract.
Yeah.
They seem very. This is like probably one of the most focused groups I've seen. I mean,
I love it. I'm a
there's
fan.
really not too many guys so far that have looked like goofballs. I mean, maybe that'll change over the course of the season.
Yeah, still young.
And it does have a big way, a big thing to do with how they cut it as well and how
Mm-hmm.
they edit it. Because
Yeah.
keep in mind, all of this is happening within the span of like what I think like
5 weeks.
yeah, like 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
So much is happening, and it's not always going to be in chronological order. It's
No.
just however the season went. So I think people got to keep that in mind a little bit. I think the drama will come eventually, especially between the coaches.
Well, it
I
looks
think they're
like
setting that
episode
up a little
4
bit.
might be picking up.
Yeah. So I mean, I really have no complaints so far.
Yeah.
I like seeing the guys go in there, kind of being like a almost like a contender series,
Yeah.
show almost,
Mhm.
rather than more of a tough show.
Mm-hmm. And both are great. Both are great, but I like this little new mix of it, and I think it's been a really entertaining season so far. But